morning! Welcome to Odessa Rose Creates Studio, where I am a Couture designer and I create with our reusable silkscreen transfers, chalk paste, and inks. And today we're going to work on a pretty good sized board with the Porch, what does it say? Welcome to our Porch transfer and the boho flowers. So stay tuned and watch for that. I just want to make sure I'm on and you can see me okay. Oops, I want to turn it down. So say hello if you're watching. And I'm going to go over some Try Me kits, the little retreat kits I have available in my VIP group for my customers. And if you're not in the VIP group, just ask to join in the comments. And again, that's for customers only, not designers. So, first of all, I have some board and pedestals, and you have a choice of the Baking Company or Ready Aim Fire. Super cute. You're going to get ribbons, and I'll ask you what color ribbon you may want to coordinate with your kitchen, or if you do the bathroom one, the bathroom, and I'll throw those in there with it. You're going to get white chalk paste and a mini squeegee. I have one here somewhere. Here it is. Mini squeegee, your transfer, the board and pestle, and ribbons. So check those out in my VIP group where I have discount pricing on this kit. Okay? And you could do Ready Aim Fire or the Baking Company in that kit. So those are cute. And also, we have some palette boards with the vintage truck, and you're going to get the grayish and black paste and a mini squeegee, the transfer, and I'm going to include some twine and a little mini tag, and you have a choice of what you want on your mini tag. So there's a video to watch in my VIP. I think there's even a video on Odessa Rose page. It just doesn't have the pricing on it, but it shows you how we made this and what your choices are for the tag. So again, you're going to get the Couture's palette board, the transfer or the vintage truck. I'm going to make you a little tag, and you're going to get some twine. You're going to get the mini squeegee and then 2 paste packets to make. And the idea is that you can change out your ribbons for different seasons. So right now I have the patriotic colors in there. But you'll be able to change those out for fall, Christmas, whatever you want to do with that. So there's that kit. Again, it's at discount. There's more of the baking and that. I have one of these left. It's got the 9x12 canvas banner, some metal feathers, ribbons to make a bow. You're going to get the Worry Less, Love More transfer. You're going to get Storm chalk paste and a mini squeegee. And that, I don't even have one of those done up because I couldn't find my transfer of this. This is a brand new one, and maybe I don't have one, but I thought I did. But I think that would look really sharp on there with the gray paste with these neutral ribbons, and it'll be cute to hang anywhere in your home. For that, those are all available in my VIP group. So check. I also have some board and base kits too with different transfers, and that's going to include ribbon and embellishments in that kit. So check those out. Ooh, it's been a crazy few days. My grandson was born, and so we watched his big sister starting Sunday morning, and then she was here 2 nights, so that was a lot of fun. I don't know why I have Juju written on there. Yes, we do have a baby boy. So, you know, we didn't know what we were going to have, or Mom and Dad were going to have. And his name is Theodore James, and they're going to call him Theo. And he was 7 pounds, 5 ounces. He was born Sunday evening at 5:55, 20 inches long. So Chase was here with us a couple nights. And then Tuesday morning, around 4 o'clock in the morning, there was a fire next door to the house right beside us. Luckily, it didn't get into a huge fire. They were able to contain it. I think it was mostly in the garage. But that was kind of scary because it was, their garage is right next to our bedrooms. So we woke up, not to sirens, but to, my husband woke up to people talking and like trucks. It sounded like, you know, like maybe the garbage truck was out there, but it was too early for the garbage. And anyway, he went down the hall to the front of the house where Chase was sleeping, our 20-month-old granddaughter. And of course the flashing lights were going on, and she was awake, standing in her bed, but wasn't saying anything. She was just looking around. So John's like, "What the heck?" So he comes and wakes me up, and he goes out there, and yeah, it was pretty. We think it was pretty much in the garage, but I'm sure they have all kinds of smoke damage because now there's all kinds of restore and clean up people here, and they hauled off their cars and stuff like that. So it was crazy. It was kind of crazy few days. So, but baby, they got to come home Tuesday morning. So they came and picked up Chase, and Chase got to meet him, and she was so sweet. But I put that funny meme. I made a meme. It's on my regular. I'll post it on my Odessa Rose page. But she was actually the morning of the fire. We ended up sleeping on the couch. And she was like laying on top of me, and when she woke up, I happened to have my phone. I was looking at my phone, and I took a picture of her, and her face, you know, was still puffy, and she had that what the heck look is going on. And my other daughter, would be her aunt, thought it was funny, like she was thinking, "Oh no, I'm no longer the only child. I have a brother now." So she has this like pouty face, and so I made a meme, and it's pretty funny. But it says, the moment you realize you're no longer an only child. And she's got this face. So you'll have to check that out. It's on my Robin Schmidt profile. But I'll put it on this page here eventually. So yeah, baby boy. So now I have 2 granddaughters and 2 grandsons. So that's kind of fun. I could show you a picture. I'll show you the meme because that's funny. Let's see. I'll just go to my photos. I think. There's her. With her little pouty face. Kind of has that. What the heck's going on? So that's Chase. And normally she does not look like that. But here's the little grandson. And there's Theo. And Mama said he slept or did really well last night. So she was hoping that that stays, that he remains a good baby. So we'll see. But anyway, we're all caught up now. And now it's back to chalking. I sold the bandana houses the other day, and then I had a request for another set, so I'm going to be doing those today, not here on the live, but I'm going to be doing those. And then that same gal also bought my sign that I had in my background that I had made. So I'm shipping this out today. And a set of the bandana houses, which I'm going to recreate those. So I just know if this was a transfer from last year, and it's really awesome, and I love how I did it with the gold and red together. And the watermelon, I did kind of the watermelon colors, the red, and then kind of a off-white, and then green. And the sparklers, I did a gold shimmer or silver shimmer into gray. So kind of did some fun colors. And I wanted a little bit of green in it just to make it more summery and not necessarily, just patriotic colors. So that was kind of a fun piece. I did actually made this a while back, probably last year. And I kind of made it for myself, but I can definitely recreate another one. So I'm going to sell that to her. So that's going to be shipped out today, along with the set of houses I gotta remake. But today, oh, my ice is frozen in my water. I'm going to work on this board. And I bought this from a wholesale company a while back. I had like 4 of them. I honestly don't remember the name of the company, but a chalkboard here. And I'm going to clean it up first because there's a big handprint on it from whoever packaged it. So let's clean it up, and we're going to do, I just want to make another porch board. The last one I did was more kind of purple colors, and I'm going to do this mostly in neutrals, just black and white kind of, or cream and white and black. Very neutral. I'm going to do it kind of farmhouse, but I'm going to throw in a little boho with the arrow and some floral in it. But so welcome to the porch. I'm going to grab the boho flowers, and then I'm going to grab the arrow out of this. This is a retired transfer this way too, and it says this way too, and you could do the beach, this way to adventure, to the mountains, to the lake, but it has a couple arrows in it, and I thought we'd put an arrow through I'm not sure whether the words porch or through the, right down here towards the bottom, through the gather, chat, repeat. Or maybe this line here, I'll make into an arrow. We'll change it into an arrow. Okay, so you have so many paste colors. Oh yes, the colors you use, for the colors you use less, how long do they stay fresh? Every color is different, because I think the pigments just react differently to the chalk formula. So I have some that have turned hard as a brick, and that's because I don't take the time to go through them, stir them up and water them and get them hydrated like I should. I chalk a lot, but I don't always use all the colors. So it is wise to take the time and at least every 2 weeks maybe go in through them all, make sure they are staying hydrated and mix them up. But yeah, I've been chalking for over 2 years, so I collect a lot of colors. Like these are just my greens. And some of them I mix too. Like I'll take an empty container and mix my own shades. But yeah, I will find some. I have some laying down here that were hard. And this was canary, it's an old yellow color. And I threw some water in it and just let it sit there, and I haven't even messed with it. It's really not, that's my own fault for letting it dry out. But it's not like I can't make that shade with yellow and white, with another yellow and white. So, but yeah, every once in a while I have to either just pitch them. I usually end up pitching them if I can't revive them. But they're hard like that. You can, I've had water sitting out a while. You can almost use that for watercoloring, but you may not get it back to the consistency of a soft yogurt. So, just if you're starting to collect your chalk paste, you just make sure you go through it, open it up, give it a stir, get some water in it. Even if you kind of overwater it a little bit, if you're not going to be using it for a while, that is not going to hurt. It's better to be too wet than to be too dry. So, because you can always let it dry out a little bit. So, yeah, I've lost some paste because I wasn't using it, and I wasn't paying attention. Okay, so I kind of want to wipe this off first, because I know there was like a handprint here. So I'm just gonna, I think I'll just use a wet wipe. So, yep. Now this chalkboard is nothing like Couture's chalkboards. The quality. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm probably going to put a little wax on it, because I could tell this is a really flat paint or whatever on it. And transfers are probably going to stick to it a little more than we want. So we're going to put a little finishing wax on it, and that will help seal in the paint and allow our transfer not to stick to the paint and can't lift your transfer up. It'll tear it. It could, some of the transfer could stick to the board and you could like ruin a transfer pretty easily. So I'm going to apply a little bit of finishing wax. This is just by Minwax. It protects and polishes furniture, but it works great on my boards. So I'm going to dry off the moisture. I'll do it. Good morning, Darla. Yes. So we'll dry this up and we'll put some wax on it. It's kind of a neat board. It's got like this rope hanger on it. And like I said, I can't tell you the name of the company I bought it from, but I bought it wholesale. And, you know, I had to get like 4 of them or something and other stuff to reach the quota of an order. But you have to keep in mind, I had my own, I still have some retail that I do at Valley. Besides my Odessa Rose Creates, I do some other retail out there. So, I have access to wholesale companies. Because I had my own store for 18 years before we moved. And that store, I finally got my store sold in April, and they reopened Monday. It's not just a store, it's a gift shop, coffee shop, fudge. And then on the second floor we had 3 hotel suites that were fully furnished apartments. And so it's called Tangleberries in Centerville, Iowa. Tangled with a T. Tangleberries, you can check it out. But they just reopened the coffee shop part and the fudge and lunches. They serve lunch like we did and all that. So they don't have the gift side going yet. They're going to try to get the coffee and fudge and lunch down, and then they'll worry about the gift shop. It's a 2 storefront big building on a town square. So yeah, it's gonna be cool. I'm excited for them. I'm glad they are carrying on what I started. So pretty fun. All right, let's squeeze that in there. Okay, so we got the wax on there. I'm just gonna kind of just get it buffed in a little bit better. Okay, now let's figure out how we're going to do this. I'm going to put this one on there. And I was thinking about putting some flowers, some of these boho flowers. This takes up quite a lot of space, but I think if we bring it down and then put some flowers, we don't want to put it too far down. I don't want it to look out of balance, but let's see what we got here. And I'm just going to do whites, creams, just keep it very neutral. I want to splash in a little bit of color, but I'm going to try not to. Because I love color, but sometimes simple the better. Okay, we got this one. That kind of got squished up there. Okay. I think I want to lay the flowers first. And I'm going to have this over it. If there's anything that hangs down, then I want this to be on top. Probably. So. could just do it on one side. I don't really have a opposite of that. So we could do like that and then do this one down here. Do like the corner thing. Something like this. So if I did these in, say, a gray, and they did this in white, so that in case it hangs over. Let's see, or we can just do this. But then this is gonna, if this was longer, that would work really great. It's not. So I think we're gonna have to work with these two pieces. I think we no problem putting these. We may not get the full flower on, but something like that. Actually, can't really see. And here in this corner, and then over here, I could turn this a little bit. Something like that, maybe. And then we're gonna substitute this line for an arrow, and I will probably like chalk up to here and then pick it up and then bring this over here and chalk to there and just kind of meet so I can stretch my arrow out, make it a little bit longer. Okay, so that goes with that. Alright, let's get this out. The simpler the better. Yeah. I like to mix it up. I like to do, more like art pieces, and then this is more like a chalkboard, where it's just, one or two colors. And it's on a blackboard, so. I think maybe something like this. Okay. That's not going to be too bad, I don't think. Alright. I might put a little painter's tape there because I have a feeling I'm going to get that chalk up on that wood. And this might be easier just to put tape there instead of trying to clean it off later. Same with the top. Okay. Funny how when you had your own kids, it didn't seem as much work as it does now when you watch your grandkids for two days and 2 nights. That's the old age creeping in, I guess, but it was fun. All right, bring out my whites and grays here. I know we're going to use white. I have 2 whites. And there's an old gray called Elephant Gray. Oh, this is the one I mixed though. I need to here's Storm. There's Greige. Greige is a good one too. Greige is what we have now. And then I have an elephant gray. That's another gray. That's Storm. So Storm and Greige are the shades of gray we have now. This is a color, this is kind of a color I mixed. It's even another shade darker than the Storm. It's kind of a pewter color, I'd say, or steel. But I really wanted my elephant. I think I have one, a brand new one somewhere. Let me go grab it. Even though it's been retired, I bought several of them. Storm. It's a really, it's just a different gray. It's kind of more of a, maybe a lavender gray, blue gray. If you look at really deep into the colors, it's just different than the Storm and Greige, which kind of have the warmer tone. This is more of a cooler tone. A cooler gray versus a warm gray, if that makes sense. If you're into colors, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use the elephant gray, which is that cooler gray. And I said, this is one I've had around a while, and it's getting pretty thick. So I'm going to add some water to it. It's kind of in that rubbery stage. I'm going to take some water. Okay, gotta love your favorite colors, don't you? Yes. I love color. I love lots of colors. I love greens, like for home decor. Right now, if we build a new house or redo a house, I would probably put some green in my cupboards. Green kitchens are pretty popular right now. All shades, from the really light minty green down to the like the forest green, or what do you want to call it? You know, kind of a deep blue green. And then accented with that caramel brown color, tan, like almost like a saddle color. Looks really sharp with gold, you know, hardware, or brassy hardware. I like that look. Alright, we're bringing this back to life. Still pretty thick, but it's coming. I'm making a mess. Alright, so I should have brought a pan of water. Oh well. Okay. Now I'm just going to do this in the elephant gray, which is just a light gray. They don't have it anymore, but you can definitely use your greige, which is kind of a beige-ish beige gray color. It's kind of a warmer tone gray. This elephant gray is a cool tone. If you wanted to, you could watercolor in the flowers on the boho transfers. And to watercolor in, you just take some of our chalk paste and just have a really little wet brush, or just add a little bit of water to it and make it more like a watercolor. And you just paint in the colors. And once you get it all painted in, I clean this and lay it back down and put the outline back on again. Have you ever done any watercoloring? That's how you do it. So I'm just going to lay this on here because I forgot to bring my tub of water. So I will wash that later. And let's do the other corner. And I'm going to also do that. And then I'm going to do the sign more in the white. So I'm going to take my pieces. And I'll put them over in this corner, which I know you can't see. I'll turn the board around when I get... I'm just going to put the tape on this edge also, so I don't get paste on my frame. And try to clean it up. This is just a lot faster. Doing it this way. Okay, I'm going to lay this in here real quick. Try not to touch this wet paste up here. Yeah. I think that'll be alright. Okay. Just making sure there's no air pockets. And get this stuck right down in the crack here of the frame. So we have a nice sharp image. And back to my elephant gray. Yeah, so when the fire was next door, Monday morning or Tuesday morning, John counted 31 firemen were here. And they had, from what I could see, just right out front was 3 big fire trucks. But John said up the street there was a total of 8 fire trucks or rescue trucks there. But nobody had to be rescued. They got out fine. They have 2 little girls. They're like 3 and 1, and yeah, this is just kind of crazy. And I don't know how, if they were woken by an alarm, or we haven't heard. But now we know why we have fire alarms, smoke detectors. Okay, so let's lay this one on the back there. Because I forgot to bring my water pan over, so we'll wash that later. We'll pick up our tape, and look, now we don't have to clean our frames. Perfect. And I'm going to blow dry. You can see how easy our transfer released up off of this board after I waxed it. I don't think it would have been that easy to come up if I hadn't waxed it. I'm pretty sure it would have stuck and I would have like, Okay. Yes, I was very thankful. But apparently the firemen, you know, weren't concerned. I mean, they didn't bother to knock on our door and say, hey, get out of your house. The house next door is on fire. So they must have got it fairly quickly but they had to, oh, there's a little piece of white. There we go. And it came right back. Alright, let's put on the porch. And I don't want to do the line. I'm going to put the arrow in there in its place. And I think I'll do the arrow in the gray. So I'm going to do all this in white. And then we'll just do the arrow in the gray. So it's going to be pretty simple. But I might put a little fuzz on the back of this guy with our towels here. Don't want it lifting up any of my flowers that this corner might be hanging into. I always have some big obnoxious lint on my towel or dirt. I don't know, paint chips or something that I don't necessarily want on my transfer. Fuzz on the back, so it's not going to stick as hard as we don't want it to. And I'm just going to kind of eyeball it here, get it straight. I know I'm a little bit low. I might bring it up just a smidgen. Okay. Push the air pockets out. I can see a few in there. Alright, note to self, do not chalk the line. Let's see if I can remember that. I'm going to mix up my white here. That looks pretty good. Might add a little bit of water to it. Making sure the water is mixed in so we don't have any watery chalk going through the silk screen. Okay, take the squeegee and everything but the line. try to not have squeegee lines where the squeegee overlaps onto the silk screens, because those lines will show up on your print. So try to eliminate the squeegee lines. So just smooth them out. I need to lay this on this paper. Alright. That. I could have done this part, lifted up, put my arrow in, and then brought this down a little bit. But I think the arrow will still fit in there okay. I think I still want it in there. Let's dry this. There's just a little run through a couple places. I'll clean those up with a wet Q-tip here in a bit. And I make it gray. I really don't want it running into the flowers. So should I just center it as is right there? Could do like, I don't know, it's to be arrows maybe, but just gonna get look ideas. I think I like it down below. The head goes into the flowers, but it is going to be solid. I was going to do it in gray, but I might just do the whole arrow in white. Or at least the head and the tails in the white, and I could do the line in gray. Maybe. I am going to put a little fuzz on the back. I'm going to lay it on my towel here on my lap. Just so not quite so sticky. So I think I'm going to do the head and the tail. What you call it? Tail? The feathers in white. I'm pretty much done because it's easy peasy with Chalk Couture. Alright. We're just going to do it simple. White and gray. Dry it. Show you if you haven't chalked much or you're new to it, how I take a Q-tip. Now I have these Q-tips. I think I got these through Amazon, but I'm sure you can get them at Walmart or Walgreens, but they're applicators and they have a dual tipped, so one is flat. You can see it's flat, and the other one is pointy. So if I wet the pointed one, and I'm just going to spurt some water on it. Just get a little damp. And then I have a little bit of run through. You can just take your wet Q-tip and just pick it up. Sometimes you can just scratch it off with your nail too. And then flip it over and dry it with the other side. So see how easy it is to pick that up? I don't know if I really had any others. There. Now, I think that looks pretty good. I'm just going to apply some wax on the top to seal it in. Still have like debris on it. So once I get it really dry and get all the junk off of it, fuzz and little chalk chips and whatnot, like that, and then I will take my, now I could use my stain wax and it will darken this, but I think I kind of want to leave it more crisp and white. So I'm going to use my regular wax, which is the same wax I used before I started chalking. I used it to seal in the board. I'm going to use it to now seal in the chalk. So that hardens the surface, and let me just put this lids on the chalk piece here. Hardens the surface, so it just protects it more, is the main reason for doing that. In case it would get, you know, rubbed against or whatever. I'm looking for my jar opener. I thought I put it away. It's over here somewhere. Here it is. So just like I did previously, pre-chalking, I'm going to apply the same wax post-chalking. And just a nice thin layer. I'm just going to rub it. I usually just go ahead and do the whole surface again so it all kind of looks, you know, looks even and the same. Usually the wax will kind of enhance the colors, like if you had color. Just like when you wet a stone or you wet the concrete or even wood, it kind of just brings out the colors. Same with the chalk paste. And actually, sometimes I'll go ahead and just, like this wood, which doesn't have much of a treatment to it. You can just put wax on this wood too and make it a little bit fancier, a little bit nicer looking, maybe. So you can wax that too. It's pretty rough right in here, so I'm not going to run my rag over that and get it all splintery, but I'll just put it here on the outside. So, that's about it. Sometimes I like to get back to just, you know, basic, one color almost, so you don't have to. You could have black and white and make this board, because you can mix your black and white and get a gray. So you don't need a lot of chalk colors to make cute signs. I think the advantage of having our colors is that it doesn't look like a cut vinyl sign, you know, black and white with a cut vinyl saying on it. It gives it a little more character and more artsy to use our colors. But we all know that black and white signs sell, so sometimes you gotta do black and white. But I feel when I do use the color that I've made more of an art piece versus a chalkboard. So, or just a cut vinyl sign. Like these are signs, and when you use color, I feel like they're more of an art piece versus a sign. That makes sense. Okay, so I think the wax brought out the richness of the wood grain a little bit, so I think that looks good. And we'll be done. It does make it pop, doesn't it? Alright, yeah, the wood grain looks a lot richer now with the wax on it. I might need a little bit more right there. You get the idea. So, there. Porch board sign. With a little bit of boho flair. With those flowers and arrow. It's kind of fun. So, that's it, guys. Thanks for chalking with me. Can't think of anything else. I don't know if you can see it, but now you're able to put a link on your lives. And other lives, I put my Couture website where you can buy, you know, Couture products, the transfers, chalk paste, all the tools, even surfaces. Not this one, but other surfaces that I use. Couture.com/AdessaRose. But today I put the link of where you can buy my some of my finished projects that I've done. And I don't know if you see the link or not. I put it on there, but I don't know if you can see it. I mean, I don't see it, so let me know if you don't see it or if you do see it. But that's the link to my Square website where I have the photos of the stuff I've been working on lately to purchase, and I can ship them to you. So, hey guys, oh, this grandma's still tired. But we had some sleepless nights. The first night, Chase woke up and I think we were awake for 4 hours. I mean, she was just fussing for 4 hours, wanting mommy and stuff. So that was kind of rough. And then the second night, she was sleeping until the fire trucks were outside her window. So it was kind of crazy. But I survived. I survived, and I would do it again over and over. But we had fun. So thanks, guys, and I will try to get on here again tomorrow and do another project about the same time. So look for me tomorrow, and be sure to say hi when you're on. And I didn't really get to say hello to everybody, but I appreciate you watching. And if you have any friends that want to learn more about chalking, just push that arrow button down there and show them what it's all about. Thanks again, and I'll chalk with you later. Bye-bye.